Okay, I am back. Ran into a change of plans because, okay, I'm cutting these. I usually use a circular saw, hand saw, and I taped it up because I'm like, hey, loose blade, because I haven't tightened it down yet. I don't want to forget, pick it up, snap a battery in, go to cut, and that blade come flying off. So, yeah, I labeled it because I'll do something like totally stupid like that. So, yeah, because I know I need to change that blade anyways. You want a 60 tooth blade if you're going to cut. It's a fine tooth blade, like ripping blades are 40. You want at least 60. This is too big for my handsaw. I don't know what I was thinking. I grabbed one and ran, got out of the store. So, on top of anxiety builds more anxiety because the other option is a jigsaw, which, yeah, whatever. I prefer a little heavier tool, faster RPMs, all that jazz. This is a laminate blade that is in it. So, if you look at your blades, the teeth are real close together, they're really tiny, and they're facing upwards, not ripping down, okay? I have it set at a 0 setting, which means it's dead on center. The other things that you might want to have on hand, of course, a good measuring tape. Oh, and by the way, where did I find this? This is a Craftsman one of all things. And I love it because I can do fractions, but good God, who has time, right? Check it out. Love it. And since I'm half blind now, it seems like, yeah, I love my big glasses. They're safety glasses and like close up, like super reading glasses so I can see things better. Especially when I'm trying to get into tiny, 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 tiny measurements. We're talking 1/8 of an inch saw blade kind of things. So anyways, get yourself a good ruler where you know your measurements, because some of these things come down to, less than 1/4 of an inch. So rather than sitting there and going, okay, what is this mark? And then there's 2 of these little ones, and what is that? That's a 1/5 of 5/8. Yeah, it's marked on here. It's nice to have it. Makes it faster. The other thing, painter's tape. Well, this blue stuff, you know what painter's tape is. Get yourself some painter's tape. I triple up. I put it on the side that the blade is going to cut, and then, well, I've already got it down. But this is a straight edge ruler, okay? As you can see, I have it clamped, and on the bottom of it is some like no stick stuff. So it actually kind of stays in place a whole lot better. But I did go ahead and clamp it down because I'm using it as my guide. Now, I'm cutting at 17 inches from the stove size, because that's the side that'll butt up against the stove so you won't see it. That doesn't mean that I have wiggle room to get silly and I don't want to chip up the laminate. So that is why you use the painter's tape. For whatever reason, it just kind of protects that edge and helps it not flake. Okay? Clamp, but to get over this rounded backsplash edge, I have a nice deep C-clamp that I've clamped down. So this thing, that's in place. It's not going anywhere. Now, where I have measured from though, you need to bring if you're using a circular saw, whatever you're using to cut with, you need to line your blade up with it and then mark where the plate is going to hit, and then measure from there over so that you accommodate for the width or depth of your blade. And this, I'm actually off on. Crap. Because my arrow, you'll see on this, has a notch. That is where the blade is going to cut. And I am actually about 1/4 of an inch off. The question is, do I want to move it over more? And does that 1/4 inch matter? It really, really doesn't on this. Because I definitely do not want to have to go back and try to cut just a 1/4 inch off. That would be tricky. It's always going to be better to cut where you need to. But that 1/4 inch is really not going to affect the end there. Because see what I'm doing? I'm not lining it directly up with the end of this countertop, because on the end of the countertop, I want to create on the outside of the counter, but still underneath the countertop, I want to create like a book rack or, you know, towel rack or something like that. You know what I mean? So that it's open on the outside, but has dowel rods and stuff through. Like a little magazine rack or someplace you could put kids' books or cookbooks, something like that. Just something small on the outside. And that's just because I have like, what did I measure? It's like 4.5 inch open space. So I might as well use it. Like I said, every inch I can eke out just a little something or other to add some extra storage. Then I'm going to do it. I'm always going to do that. So, because I'm going to be using this jigsaw rather than a circular saw, I don't know how this is going to go, honestly. I really don't. This is what you would use to cut out the sink, okay? You cut your sink out with it. I only have the one blade, and I'm hoping I don't wear it out, because now I have this countertop, that countertop, and the sink to cut out. So I'll probably have to run and get another blade. And if I do that, depending on how this takes care of this, then I will either go get another blade or just go ahead and grab the right size. And actually, when I was there, they did not. I went to Ace, not hopeless despair or woes. And unfortunately, Ace, which is just like, oh, I could jog there from here. They didn't have a 60 in the size I need. So, crapola. So I'd have to go all the way across town. That sucks. Let's just do this. Can you tell I'm nervous? I'm really nervous. Oh, and I did get this so that you can see what I'm doing. This looks so ridiculous on. But it's supposed to give you like my point of view so you can actually see what's going on. So I'm gonna put this like ridiculous thing on myself, but it's just y'all and me and no one else is in here, so whatever, right? And this is supposed to swivel. Wait, okay, there we go. Now it's supposed to like swivel so that you can see what I see. So I'm going to take you off of this tripod and put you on this, and it has like a magnet that I put on the phone. So, here we go. Let's see how this works. It would probably work better if you weren't looking at my shirt. Right? How do we do this? Let's see, I gotta turn it around. Hold on, I'm so sorry. Now you're looking at my nose. That's not what you want either, is it? Well, shoot. How do I do this? Ah! There we go. Okay, she can figure it out. Almost wonder sometimes, right? Let me tighten this down and get you lined up. It's like trying to work backwards and upside down and sideways. And I'm sorry, I know this is probably... I'll get my hands out of the way. Just give me a minute and let me figure it out. All right, I think that's going to be the view. Oh, this is so weird. Okay, I'm going to clamp it in so it doesn't wiggle around and I don't end up like distracted by it. Now the trick is not to look at it and look at my line. Here goes nothing. Oh, everybody crossed something. All right, I'm going to turn it all the way up because RPMs are probably going to be better. And I've got to try to see around this dang camera. Okay, I really don't want this countertop sliding around either. Stay still. Well, it seems to be cutting good. I'm going to switch hands so I can hold the countertop in place. Well, we made it. We made it to there. Looks like a nice clean line. Now, the trick is this other side up here. I gotta get down that lip. This is where I really want a circular saw, y'all. I want my circular saw. Or I could switch out on the miter saw on my compound. I literally could switch my blade into a fine tooth for carpentry and just do that one cut. Just zip it. As long as it's lined up perfect, it will give me a nice clean, because it's so tall. So I really do not want to try and take this and go up like that with it. I think that's going to be trickier than cutting, but I can say this much. Let's check real quick. You want to look together? Let's look. I just want to see how this edge looks. We can look on the side over here. Oh, look. That's clean. I don't hate that at all. Okay. All right. Look at that. We're good. Nice clean edge. Okay. See it? Oh, and you're going to need more than one sawhorse, because you do not want to cut this and then have it like this fall off. It'll pull the laminate and crack it and chip it. So, all right. Well, I guess I will go see if I have a fine tooth carpentry blade that will fit my chop saw, because I do not want to run this across a table saw because of the length. I mean, the sheer length. There's no way for me to support all that on a table saw. I could support this up on the compound miter because I have arms that come out, and I can use my sawhorses at adjusted height. I'm going to go set that up and see if it works. And I can always come back and show you the setup, or, well, hell, I'll just leave it on this thing, and then I can come back and we'll go back live again and make this final cut and see how it turns out. Oh my gosh. I hope y'all are having a great day. I'll be back in a hot minute.